common mistake developers make is using an array index as a key in generated lists. So for example here, in rendering this list, for the key, I'm using the index from this map function. And so in general, this works fine for static lists. But with dynamic lists where items are being added or removed or changed around their order, it introduces bugs. So as a demonstration, check out this code below. Or what I have is an app component that it just renders a list that is captured in state, which is just a list of some fruit names. And what I want to do is I have this onClick, that what it does is it creates a new ID with a new name called new fruit and adds it to the front of the items. So you can see we spread out the rest of the items and move this one to the front. But let's see what happens if I click this. So add fruit to top. Instead of getting new fruit, we're getting banana, and it looks like it's being added to the bottom too. So keep clicking this. And that of course is very strange behavior. And the reason this comes from is because for key right here, we're using index, and yet our list is changing. So basically what's happening here is React is reusing DOM nodes based on index and not an item identity, which is what the key is being used for. And because of this, inputs get mixed up, and you can see incorrect values or broken behavior. And so the correct way is to use stable keys, or unique and stable keys. So instead of looping through this array right here and using the key as the index, let me paste in code where now what we're doing is we're using the item ID. So we have an ID 1 and 2. And then when we create a new item, we just use date.now to create a new ID. And now if we add fruit to the top, you can see the correct behavior. So we get new fruit placed on the top, just like that. So now, even if you reorder, add, or remove items, React correctly matches DOM nodes to your data, inputs behave as expected, and you avoid these bugs. And so if you don't actually know what this key prop here is, this key prop is a special identifier you add to list elements so React can track and efficiently update those elements during re-renders. So when re-rendering lists in React, each child element should have a unique key prop. And this is because React uses the key to identify elements uniquely, minimize DOM updates, and preserve component state across re-renders. So without a proper key, React may mix up which DOM nodes belong to which data item. I want to thank you for liking and subscribing. Check out my software courses in the description. Take it easy.